What's up guys, Sean here, Anderson RC Adventures. We're going to do a how-to video. It's my first one, so bear with me. We're going to be putting Overdrive in my 24. So, should be pretty simple, pretty easy, but figured why not, we'll do a quick how-to on it. So, I'll switch you guys around here and we'll start taking this thing apart. Okay. Oh, so first of all, I believe I got 23% overdrive. Oh. Let's go ahead and open it up. Get everything out on the bench. Like I said, pretty simple installation. Just a handful of little screws. Nothing too hard. So, anywho, let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to pop steering screws out. You got this one here on your knuckle. We want to take those off first. So those are nice and easy. 1.3 millimeter bit. These guys come right out. First thing you're gonna do, you of course want to take your drive line loose. Okay, set that to the side. So what that does, that allows your pinion here to come out later. You'll be able to pull that out here before too long. Okay, next thing you want to do, you're going to pop your knuckles loose. Screw on top, screw on bottom. So make sure that little brass fitting there. Keep an eye on those are easy to lose. So we'll do both bottoms first. Okay, once again, little brass fitting there. Don't lose those. These are only on aftermarket knuckles. Stock knuckles does not have them. Pop that body open so I can get at this top one. Okay, there's that. We'll set that down. That'll allow that knuckle to come off as well as the axle shaft to come out as well. You need to take that out because it's inside your worm gear. So with that being done, you can now take your diff cover off. Just 6 little screws right in the front, nothing too difficult. There's one. And these top ones are longer than the bottom 4, and it does matter how they go back in, so make sure you pay attention to where they go, because you will push right through the back of the housing and you don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to try it from this side. Hopefully it focuses more on what I'm doing here rather than my hands. So finish pulling these bottom 4 screws out here. And then, just have to be careful. Make sure your bearing stays inside your diff cover. Don't lose your bearing. And from there, you got this top one. This is your worm gear. Okay, once again, got a bearing in there. Make sure you don't lose that little bearing. And then I'm going to hold on to these guys. So we'll set them to the side for now. It'll just be a good spare set for later. And again, on this, you have 2 little bearings on the sides of your, I guess what would be your ring gear here. Set that off to the side as well. Okay, so remember, go back together. That bearing needs to go back on what would be considered a pinion gear. And put that in. Set that in there. And make sure you put your little bearings back in there. Those is what your inner shaft of your axle rides on before it slides into your ring gear there. So I'm going to put these guys back in there nicely like that. I'm going to take that ring gear and I'm going to clock it in there so it rides on your pinion gear just how you'd like. Okay, once you get that in, you're going to take a little bit of grease. I just use some marine grease. I've had this tube for probably 10 years, so it's rather old. It still works just fine. Just use a Q-tip. That's all I use with the end cut off of it. You don't want an absurd amount in there. What you do, want to make sure you get enough in there. That way everything runs nice and smooth. Okay, once you get your grease in there, you're ready to start putting it back together. Super easy installation. Just make sure you still have your bearing inside your diff cover here. Don't lose that. And remember, you got 4 shorter screws go in your bottom, 4 holes here. And we'll have 2 longer screws, slightly longer, they go on the top. They also hold your servo mount on. That's why they're longer. Okay, last screw here. One thing I'll mention with these 24s, 18s, any of these small scale cars, it doesn't take much to over tighten them. So make sure you're very, very easy. I like to just run them tight where they snug, and then I'll just give them barely anything for a turn, just to make sure that they're all nice and seated. Okay, once you get your diff cover back on, you are ready to put your axle shafts back in. Slide that in, and from there, you can go ahead and put your knuckle back on. Once again, these aftermarket knuckles have these little brass sleeves on your screw head. Make sure you don't lose those. And those act as a shoulder screw to keep you from over tightening and tightening down your steering. So once again, just run them down tight, and then you just barely snug them up. It does not take much to strip out these plastic axles. Even the metal aluminum ones, it does not take much. So that is a nice easy step there. You can tell both knuckles still move freely, so that's how you know they aren't over tightened. Okay, we can put the drive shaft back together. One thing I'm going to say, I see this a lot, especially with new people to the hobby, and that's not a dig by any means, but make sure you phase your drive shafts. I will pull this one apart to show you what that means. These drive shafts here, you got your slip yoke here, and you got your ears. Both sides is going to have those little ears, so you can see them both here. See here and here. You do want to make sure when you put your drive shafts together that those ears line up with each other, just like that. You can see U-joint face here and here. That is correct. Incorrectly would be something like that right there, where they no longer line up with each other, or even where they're 180 degrees out almost, or 90 degrees from each other. That's going to cause your binding. Make sure your ears on both sides are always lined up. Drive shaft is back in, we're phased correctly, that way no binding, no pulsing, no nothing. We can go ahead and put our tie rod back on. Some people will tell you Loctite, metal to metal. Personally, I don't think it's necessary on these little guys. Just make sure they're snug. But once again, don't over tighten. These screws, you can't. They're so small. They're so easy to break and strip out. Even brass is soft. it's easy to strip out brass this small with this small of threads. So I just do the same thing I do with all the plastic. Just run it down tight. Right there's tight. And I just barely give it anything. So, anyways, super easy installation. You literally pull out a handful of screws. Would that take us 10 minutes? And then from there, just proceed to put everything back together for axles. So bam, there's done. Slide my tire and wheel back on. We're ready to go. Here we go. We're all back together. I'll put some tape or something on these tires real quick, and I'll give you guys a quick demonstration on how much overdrive we have gained with this car. Alright, we got it set up. Just got a simple test with tape, make sure both front and rear are straight up and down. Now the front is going to move 23% faster than the rear. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's fast. Let's slow it down. You see, we're already way faster. So that should help considerably with climbing, pulling the front end over obstacles as to where before the rear end was trying to push. So it should work out way better. Well, I hope this video helps somebody out there that messes around with the little trucks, someone that didn't quite know how to do overdrive or what overdrive was for. I hope you watch this. I hope you can figure it out, and I hope that the drive shaft lesson also helps some of you guys. If you enjoy this video and you want more, let me know in the comments. Let me know what I could have done better. Let me know what you guys would like to know how to do next. If you enjoy it, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. See you later.